what an opening Week 10 matchup for the NFL between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. What a game, where the Miami Dolphins are on a 2-game win streak now. The Baltimore Ravens have just not been able to really put true games together. It's been one of those weird seasons for this team. Quite a few games where they've had to come back or just win by the skin of their teeth. This Baltimore Ravens team is not playing to be a very good team in the long term this year. But this Miami Dolphins team, yeah, they didn't start very good, but they're starting to catch something now. A little too late, probably. But this Dolphins team hasn't looked too bad the last 2 weeks. Maybe they figured something out. Jacoby Brissett got sat. And it seemed Tua had, kind of had a flame under him tonight. Tua played well. He played very well. But this Baltimore Ravens team, man, they may be the worst 6-3 team in the NFL. They're talented. The coach isn't terrible, but he failed to adjust this last game versus a team. He failed to get the Baltimore Ravens ready for a Jacoby Brissett-led Dolphins team, and then wasn't prepared for when Tua came in. What was that blown coverage to Albert Wilson? What was that blown coverage there? What was that? That was inexcusable. That should not have happened. Should never happen. This Baltimore Ravens defense is better than it has been playing. And Baltimore Ravens offense is better than it has been playing. The Baltimore Ravens team is better than they have been playing. Now, this is following coaching, or why did they lose this game? I think many are going to blame this on Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh. But I honestly think this is a team loss. You look at the defense, how many plays they've given up. The offensive line just wasn't playing well. Lamar Jackson wasn't adjusting. Harbaugh wasn't adjusting. This Ravens team just failed to adjust tonight. They're at home on a primetime Thursday night game. What a disappointing loss to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins actually showed something tonight. They showed that the defense is still there, that defense is not gone. They just got to find it again, and they might have just done that. This Baltimore Ravens team, man, let's go back to it a little bit. Ever since they lost Marshall on that offensive line, it has not been the same. It's just struggled. And Lamar Jackson hasn't helped at times. Lamar Jackson hasn't helped to, maybe change the play into something that would work, that would be better. Or, Lamar Jackson should be a little better throwing under pressure. Granted, he's still improving in passing, and he has been very, very good in passing the ball this year. But he struggled under pressure. And his team has not started very good in any game. In mostly every game. This Baltimore Ravens team had a very, very, very good game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Other than that, they've had to come back from a double-point deficits in a few games. What was it? 3 games they did successfully, and that's the key word there: successfully. That's not a long-term success factor. That's not a long-term success. That's not a way to have long-term success in having to come back every game. Versus the Colts. Versus the Chiefs. Who else did they have to do this against? I'm trying to think who. I can't remember who, but you get my point. And 5 out of those 6 games, they won by the skin of their teeth. This Baltimore Ravens team is maybe a team that just falls off in the second half of the season. The Baltimore Ravens team is just not looking very good. It's probably they're probably not as good is 6-3. Don't get me wrong. I think they're very talented, but they're just not putting it together at all. And until they do, I don't see this Ravens team doing much. Offensive line is struggling. Receivers are struggling. Even though Bateman actually had a good night. You know, a lot of things, Bateman had a good night. Other than that, not too much. Sammy Watkins with that terrible drop. Yeah, the pole was in front of him and everything. But come on, man. You got all those pads on for a reason. I love this Ravens team. I love this Ravens team. I love where Lamar Jackson has come. I love a good defensive team, but they have not shown any of that. I thought they were going to be so much better coming into this year. Yeah, they're 6-3, but come on. 3 of those wins are 11-plus point comebacks. Or 10-plus, or double deficit. And then the other 2 are one off the skin of your teeth. And then the 6th one was against the Chargers, where you did very well against. But then you got blown out by the Bengals. And then you lose to the Dolphins on primetime at home. This franchise is losing momentum. I think this franchise needs to realize that right now, I don't think they're championship caliber. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's Lamar. I don't think it's Lamar Jackson all the way. I think it's a whole team effort. I think this Ravens team has just, really calmed down since that 2020 Ravens team, where they're the number 1 seed. Like what was that? Like, that was a 1-year wonder for this team. Because even last year, there's a stretch where this Ravens team was very bad. Very bad. And they are worse right now than that time. I don't know, man. I don't know. This Ravens team better get it figured out quick. They don't. They're going to find themselves falling down the AFC standings pretty damn quick. Granted, the AFC is not very good this year at all. But let's talk about the Dolphins a little bit here. Let's give them some credit. I know no one's going to be talking about the Dolphins about this game. Everyone's going to be talking about the Ravens, right? So, I want to talk about the Dolphins a little bit. Dolphins team had a pretty damn good game. Jacoby Brissett was having a decent game before he went out. Did not look good. The knee injury did not look good. He was screaming in pain. It looked bad. It looked bad. Tua comes in. And boy, do Dolphins fans have something to be looking forward to next week for. Which they haven't in quite some time. They weren't looking forward to this game. Were they looking forward to the next game? Probably not. Next week, they got something to look forward to. They got Tua Tagovailoa going back on that field and playing pretty damn well. He played pretty good. He played pretty good when he came back out there. It seemed he had a little fire under him. That's what he needed. Now, let him stay the quarterback. I get it. You benched him because you broken finger. You need that, and you thought that Jacoby gave you the better chance to win and such. Well, maybe Tua's telling you that he's fine. I get a broken finger, but let him play through it. Let him work through it. The Dolphins team looked pretty good today. That defense was very good. The defensive line was very good. This Dolphins team really got home a lot. That's what limited the Ravens so much with how poor the offensive line played. This Dolphins team is, they got something to look forward to. Is it too late for the playoffs? Probably. But the way the AFC is right now kind of sucks. I mean, who knows? Maybe they go on a crazy run. I think it's highly unlikely. But there's a chance. And in the NFL, every Sunday you have a chance. Every Sunday you go out and you work your tail off. Maybe you give yourself a chance come January. Now, do you go deep in the playoffs and win a Super Bowl? No. Maybe you can make a wild card. Maybe you could pull off a win in the wild card. Who knows? That is a long shot, but nonetheless, when we get a time, I want to see this Dolphins team continue to improve. Very well coached this past week. Very well coached versus the Ravens. So that's all I really got for you guys. I was really, really happy from what I saw in this game for the Miami Dolphins. Ravens, not so much. The Ravens team better get something figured out, because it seems like they may go down a steep cliff this second half of the season. Honestly, because having to come back all the time, barely winning, that catches up with you. That catches up. And it's a team effort. Lamar has been very good, but he started to struggle again. We just gotta see how they're gonna adjust. That's the name of the game in the NFL. How are you gonna adjust? How are you gonna change this from last week to this week? How are you gonna improve your game? How are you gonna, improve the play call or your technique or just some little things? It's the name of the game, baby. It's any given game. You never know. Boy, I was wrong about this game. Boy, was I wrong. So let me know what y'all think about this game. Let me know what you Ravens fans think. Let me know what you Dolphins fans think. It was an interesting game, to say the least. I just want to see this Ravens team put things together, and I also want to see this Dolphins team, maybe make a run at it. Maybe make some things interesting. But only time will tell. I guess we'll see what goes on. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope, if you did enjoy it, that you do consider leaving a like, subscribing, putting the post notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Like I said earlier in the video, go check out some other videos that I've made. I'm still getting better. I'm still learning. And, I want y'all to be true with me. Tell me what you think could be better. Just let me know. That's how it gets better. You guys dictate on how it gets better. You guys let me know, and I'll act, and I'll change it. It's what we're about. We'll figure it out. So I will catch you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great night, great day, whatever time it is. I hope you're doing great. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace out.